All right, everybody. Hello. Hello. Wednesday, Thursday. It's Thursday, for fuck's sake. It's Thursday. Welcome to the stream. I am your host, the Dez08. Today, day 7. Day 7 of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, officially, the longest that we've spent on any of the Assassin's Creed games that we've played through in this challenge. So, there's that. So we got that to look forward to. Day 7 of the stream of Black Flag. We've got some stuff to do today. I make it sound like it's important that we have like these goals, like we have we got some stuff to do today. We have stuff to accomplish today. No, we don't. We don't have anything spectacular to accomplish today. We're just gonna fucking play today. Got a little tea brewing here, or brewed, I should say. Got a little tea to drink. Oh, hello. So I was, so one of the things that we kind of have to do here, one of the things that we kind of have to think about, chat, is we're missing some things. And unfortunately, I believe one of the things that we're missing is here. So we're gonna, I hate to say it. I hate to do it, but we're gonna do it. I don't want to do it, but we just did it. No one saw it. No one's gonna remember. No one's here. We did it at the beginning of stream in a moment of weakness.
Something on the seabed, sir.
But I believe we may have missed something here. Something that we're looking for. For all intents and purposes, I was told that what we were looking for is here. In some conversation today on the telephone with some friends, I believe that the hull armor that we were spending so much time looking for yesterday, I believe it's here. It's this. So we are going to basically try to swim just right over to it. If we can. If we can. I'm hoping that we can. Alright, I'm hoping that this is it. If this says fucking hull armor, I'm gonna shit a brick. Fucking elite hull armor. Unbelievable. Ow. Where's our dive bell? Where's the fucking dive bell? We're gonna do this sans fucking air barrels. So that's, after having a conversation, I was talking with a friend today. I have those, and we were talking about this game, and he had just played Black Flag not too long ago, and I was telling him about the elite hull armor and about how we had to make a list while on stream that I was very embarrassed about making. And he said, dude, the hull armor is in the story mission wreck. He's like, did you get all the chests? And I said, no, I didn't get all the chests. And he said, it's one of the chests. So, here we go. We're gonna be broke. We're now broke-ass pirates, dude. We have 265 reale. But this is good. This is good. We have... Now we just need elite heavy shot. And... So, we are looking good now, our friends. My friends, our friends, friends of the channel, friends of the world. We got a couple of treasure maps that we can go do. But we're broke-ass pirates. But we basically have most of the stuff that we need. We're gonna sell our cargo. Because I don't like being a broke-ass pirate. There we go. So now, actually, let me see something here. That's money only. 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 So chat, we don't need, we could sell everything now. We could completely sell everything. Because now all we need we're no longer broke-ass pirates, which is good. We're no longer broke-ass pirates. What we are now is, our ship is completely empty. Which is good. But... what this means... and we're gonna fucking give it a shot. We're gonna drive. We're gonna sail due north, and we're gonna take on a legendary ship. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to accomplish this without the elite heavy shot if we get in close. But there's an elite ship right here. A legendary ship. So let's give her a fucking shot. So this is how we're going to start the stream. And maybe this is what we'll do. We'll start each stream until we beat them all with an attempt. You know? Maybe we'll start each stream. We'll try it like multiple times, maybe. There's a guy over here. Oh, I think he went under. Are we going to be able to get him? Got him.
Think he's alive, sir?
Ship is way off in the horizon still. Now the other easy one, I feel like the other easy one, we actually had a really good shot at defeating. There were two of them though. Now, it's, you know, we've got this elite, we got the elite armor. I don't know, man. I'm curious. See if we could get this done. She should be showing up soon on the horizon. feel like we're, I feel like Master and Commander. There it is.
Ship sighted! Oh, she's a beast!
Look at her. 20,000 reales. Only the best captains can beat them. Are we the best captain? Are we a best captain? I mean, I know we don't get this free shot on her. As soon as we get close enough, I think it'll... Yeah. Okay, here we go, chat.
What's she doing? She's coming straight at you! Ready as much sail as you can! All field fire!
Oh my god, dude, it's gonna fucking ram us.
Goes off at me!
Oh, I feel like we fucking hit it. I think it's fucking kind of shit. That ramming is some bullshit, dude, because it fucking literally just turns right into you on some kind of dime.
Brace yourself! We're almost a Sea-Dog supper, Captain! Ready to fire, Captain!
That's fucking bullshit, man. So I don't know. Maybe we have to stick right next to it. Maybe this. We'll give it one more shot,
Ship sighted! Oh, she's
and we'll try to stick right next to it because it. I think it's funny how it just has like its own fucking speed and maneuverability. I mean, I was getting around it, and then all of a sudden it would just turn on a dime.
What's she doing? She's coming straight at us! All the doors out! Give the orders, sir!
sorry I'm not talking. I'm in very much concentration right now.
Miss. Fire! Fire!
It's so fucking close. Yes!
Awaken your man, Captain! She's sunk!
Oh, that was fucking close. That was fucking close. We fucking did it. Chat, we fucking did it.
To larboard, sir! Cargo adrift there, sir!
20,000 fucking reales right there, bitches. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh, that was fucking close, eh?
So handy, me boy, so handy!
We fucking took that shit down. Good night, Irene. Uh-oh. Okay, it's straight up in front of us. It's fine. Look at that. Legendary ship defeated. Dude, the other ones are going to be fucking tough then. So that one was the rammer. Oh my god. That took every fucking little bit of fucking everything. Alright, so how about this? Let's go do a story mission. We'll celebrate by doing a story mission. We need to sink some ships to rebuild our health. We should probably, let's stop at this fort on our way. Is there a fort? Or is this island got a store? There's got to be a store. Listen to me. We could go here on our way, I guess. I mean, we could just go here. I mean, where do you want to go? Should we go here? I mean, this is like kind of on our way. Nassau is on the way. Let's go down to this one. Let's go to this one, because I think this one's easier to get in and out of. And, you know, if by sailing, we're going to have to go through that and all this crap and navigate through there. Whereas here, I think it's just straight open water all the way down. This is another rogue wave. For fuck's sake. The sea is angry at us for sinking that legendary ship. What a battle. What a way to start the stream. Take it down a legendary ship. Man, that just tells me right there that the other three... I mean, we haven't even seen the one. We know that the ghost ship kicked our butt. And then the two ships. Now, the two ships might not be that bad. You know? Maybe if we can get in between... Not in between them. That would be fucking terrible. But if we could keep both of them on one side... We might only get hit by one. You know what I mean? And then... and we could take that one out the other one. And maybe it would still shoot. Maybe we might be able to... But I think we got a couple of good shots in on that other one. With the barrels. And the puckler. So... it might not have been as close. I did miss a couple of shots. But, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all fucking, water under the keel. Because we fucking Sink that shit. I couldn't be happier. I mean, it could be happier. Let's. In terms of this gameplay right now, I can't be happier. You can always be happier. Charlize Theron could walk up to my front door and be like, you know, I've been following you on Twitter and Instagram for years now, and I'm in love with you, and I would like to take you away. Like that, I would be happier then than sinking the ship in fucking, you know, Black Flag. I mean, I mean, it, you know, like I said, it's, what do we got? What do we got here? You're not even. You know what we could do is we could sink these ships. Well, this little guy doesn't. I think this will repair one bar for us.
We'll be the death of you. Paul, reel the lovers in.
Listen, we just need your ship to fix our ship. That's all. We just need your ship to fix our ship, and then we're good. There we go. We got two.
Press the balls, we're coming together. Let out some sail.
I'm sure there's going to be another easy target. So let's instead of, you know, let's just go here. By the time we get over there, there'll be one more ship, I'm sure, that we'll want to take out. That'll be worth taking out, I should say.
Every last scrap of duck on the wing.
Down to Trinidad to see Sally Brown. She's lovely on the foreyard, she's lovely down below, boys. She's lovely 'cause she loves me, that's all I want to know.
I mean, it works fucking perfectly, doesn't it? I don't even know what they got on them. Wood and sugar. Hey, man. Sweet wood. Do we, Adewale? Because I'm under the impression that we're pretty much maxed out, my friend. The song is nice.
Lowlands away, John. And then I knew my love was dead. Lowlands away. Then I awoke to hear the cry. Lowlands away, John. Oh, watch on deck. Oh, watch the
I wanted to wait.
To starboard! Will we cast adrift, Captain?
I wanted to wait until the song was over. I wanted to wait until the song was over before I approached the mission. I didn't want to end the song. I thought that the guy was dead, not his lady. But it makes sense.
What the hell's happened here? Were you attacked?
Other way round. It were Blackbeard who struck first. Opened fire on a British man-o'-war, the pillock.
What in God's name for?
Still searching for medicines, but he's gone barmy if you ask me.
I'll bring him home.
Leave him, man. He's heaped this trouble on himself.
Shit. I don't think we have enough mortar shot.
Bane's out, let's go!
Take on a man of war. There's a store here. We might be able to grab.
Crowd on every inch of sail! Unfurl aloft! Man your sheets! Captain, there's a wreck yonder. Looks recent.
I see it. Let's hope Thatch hasn't come to the same end.
Starboard! Shipwreck Jack ahoy! Another bit of wreckage, Captain. This is looking grim.
Aye. Keep your eyes peeled. Blast. This is getting well out of hand.
A dozen crates of medicine should not be so hard to come by.
That ain't my meaning. It's Thatch and Hornigold in this pointless feud of theirs. Can't you feel it?
I do, aye. But both men have their hearts in a good place. Both want the best for the people of Nassau.
But is that the best course for us? Saving a city that ain't worth much. We're not men made to govern. We take and spend and live heartily wherever we go.
What solution would you propose?
The answer's in wealth and power, not politics. If we found the observatory, we'd see enough money to buy the whole of England. Or it might be we'd lord over these kings and emperors like they was peasants themselves.
A lot of large talk, Captain. But is it your crew you sail for? Yourself?
I mean the best for these men, I do. But this don't sit right. I feel like running errands, not living my life.
All sails loose and steer straight! This gale's got teeth, Captain.
All in the stunsail! All sail! She'll
Trying to
take it.
steer over to this little fire that I see. I'll rescue the survivors, you know.
Cruise up! Eat her stick!
That wind's no small gale, sir.
To starboard! Castaway! Still alive, I think!
Tops! Gallants!
I wonder if the
Start!
Ease off the way!
Trouble blowing in! Looks like a frigate! Royal Navy! They
The wind is picking up now!
Grappling hooks away! That's the cry!
oh, that was a snipe. think I can make that swing? I don't know if I can. Nope. Thought I'd be able to make it. That was a no. That was a no, my friends. I was lucky. Oh shit. Of all the places that I could have jumped off of, I fucking jump off. Unfucking believable, man. Ah, damn it. Now I gotta start all, like, that's the part that pisses me off, is now I gotta start the, because it was a mission, I gotta start everything again.
Captain, there's a wreck yonder. Looks recent.
I see it. Let's hope Thatch hasn't come to the same end.
Another bit of wreckage, Captain. This is looking grim.
Aye. Keep your eyes peeled. Blast. This is getting well out of hand.
A dozen crates of medicine should not be so hard to come by.
That ain't my meaning. It's Thatch and Hornigold and this pointless feud of theirs. Can't you feel it?
I do, aye. But both men have their hearts in a good place. Both want the best for the people of Nassau.
But is that the best course for us? Saving a city that ain't worth much. We're not men made to govern. We take and spend and live heartily wherever we go.
What solution would you propose?
The answer's in wealth and power, not politics. If we found the observatory, we'd see enough money to buy the whole of England. Or it might be we'd lord over these kings and emperors like they was peasants themselves.
A lot of large talk, Captain. But is it your crew you sail for, or yourself?
I mean the best for these men, Ade. I do. Just don't sit right. I feel like I'm running errands, not living my life.
Setting up for a big blow, sir!
Haul in the stunsail! All sails! He'll take it!
Storm there, Captain! Looks bad!
Shorten sail! Get off the squall! Studs out! Let's
That
get
wind is a
moving!
small gale, sir.
Oh, yes.
All weather there, Captain!
Looking for Mr. Blackbeard.
Reef the mains! Clew up gallants!
Hi, has anyone seen a man with fuses sticking out of his beard? And it's black. The beard is black. The fuses are generally lit. He has 4 pistoles strapped to his chest. Fog doesn't help. I'm looking for his name. Oh, is that it? Let's head over there. That looks good. This might be a winner. I'm gonna say it's the one that's probably
Starboard! Floating booty there for the taking, sir.
missed it. I'm gonna say it's this one. Just gonna take a guess. Hey, look at that.
Ade, see there.
It's her, Captain. Queen Anne's Revenge. And she's in a bad way.
No time for a vote. Thatch is outnumbered.
The crew will understand. Beat the quarters, lads. We're sailing into hell!
Thatch is overwhelmed. I'm going ashore.
I'll keep the jackdaw circling.
I gotta help my boy.
You stirred up a nest of trouble, Thatch.
In service of a noble cause!
Medicines, I hope you mean.
Aye! Galleon nearby! And if we crack these lobsters quick, we might catch up!
Hang in there, Bonnet. Keep your arms up and your back to the sea.
Know your book learning! Prepare you for a scuffle of this sort, Mr. Bonnet! Not in the least, no. For certain, there's more to be learned by doing and reading. Remember that!
Won't be nothing subtle. Real Thatch.
There we go. I saved
Mildness.
saved my friend. He's my friend. The syphilis man himself. Syphilis beard.
Galleon has reappeared.
Heads up!
Back to my ship, quick as you please. She'll not slip away now. Oh, this is too much. I'll see you back to your jackdaw when the smoke is clear. But for now, I need help.
Call it out.
Loose the main! And head straight for that bloody ship. We'll have our men in little time at all.
Oh man, I'm sailing the fucking Queen Anne's Revenge, chat. You don't have mortars on this thing?
Don't let her out of your sight. Look at the whole place up there. Let's go explode like a saucer. Let's go explode.
Where are these? Where are the mortars coming from?
Quarter. She's cracked, blood.
I'm much gentler with my
Find
boarding.
the captain and end this.
That shit fucking. Oh my god, dude.
Damnation seize my soul if I get you forward!
Unbelievable. That was just a fucking clusterfuck.
I'm not a man accustomed to murder, Captain. And if you'd taken quarter, you'd not be seeping now.
Sack 'em muzzle gobshite. You'll be hanged and sun-dried just as them there were in Boston.
The King's called for a pardon.
Captain, we've searched the hold. It's a middling take.
but the medicine we found bears a Charlestown stamp.
Thank you, Mr. Hans.
We cannot resupply Nassau out here by force and accident alone. We should go to Charlestown for the lot.
Hello? Are we victorious? I fear I am not built for the fatigue and care required to live as a man of fortune.
Meet me in Charlestown. 1 month from today.
Okay. What do we want to do? Charlestown. That's way over here, I think, somewhere. Oh, that's not it. What is this? Right here. Siege of Charlestown. Yeah. Want to go here? Want to see what this is all about? Cumberland Bay. These are like smuggler caves, I think. And if I remember correctly, some smuggler caves, you need treasure maps to go to. We're starting to get to that point where it's like, have we done everything that we want to do or not, you know?
Get the mainsails into the wind! Loose the mains, half sails!
We'll do one more, like one more story mission here. What are you? Oh, that's like just a brig or something. Frigate. I'm like in my head right now. I'm just trying to figure out like how we want to proceed. You know. I don't know if I want to like try to bang out the rest of the viewpoints. Just get that done. The ship is pretty much as upgraded. I mean, it's not 100%, but it's damn close. Weapons and armor is 95%. You know, I don't know, to be perfectly honest with the chat, what we wanna do. I don't know if we want to do like 100% complete on this, because the rest of the series, honestly, is an unknown to me. Really, you know, when I really get down to think about it, the rest of the series is kind of an unknown for me. Ow, that kind of hurt. The rest of the series really is an unknown for me. I've never played Freedom Call. Cry, whatever, however you want to say it. This DLC that became a standalone game, which is why we're gonna play it. Oops. So I never played that. Rogue I've never played. Syndicate or Unity oh boy, we're fucked here. I need to go around this.
Douse the royals and tops!
The wind is picking up.
Every eye, grab 'em duck on the wind! Armory, come in! Sir! There's loot refit, all tops!
You know, like I never finished Unity. I never played Syndicate. I haven't played the 2.5D games. This is the last game that I actually kind of know. So it's like, do I really want to stick with it because it's the last game I know? Or do I want to now finish it because everything that's left I don't know? You know what I mean? It really is. We're in kind of a conundrum right now, to be perfectly honest with you. We are yeah, I just and I don't know, this stream might end here pretty soon. I'm tired. I have other things that I kind of want to do. I think we might do this story mission and we may call it. No, sometimes you just don't have the energy. And it's not like not that I don't want to stream, I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. It's weird to explain. It's like I want a game, I want to do something in video games tonight, but I don't know if it's necessarily this. Which is fine. And it's not that I'm getting sick of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it could be further from the truth. I'm just at a real point where I don't know. I'm really at a crossroads. Like, I almost feel like I should honor this game by doing a lot of more of these side activities.
On your mark, Captain!
You know, like, do I want to... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll do this story mission, and once I'm done with this story mission, I'm going to call the stream, and then tonight I'm going to decide if I want to, how far I want to push. Like, do I want to, like, do I just want to do, like, almost like 100% completion? Do I want to just finish, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I am honestly torn.
At last. Yes, Blackbeard cut me loose, sadly. Time to have a go at this myself. Well, that's grand. Yes, it's for the best, I think. I should have some wild stories when next we meet. Edward, your constant friendship has been my most treasured find on these seas. Well above gold and silver and rum, I prize the courage you have inspired in me this year. Thank you, sir. A fair good morrow to you.
What was I saying? Stede Bonnet I should point out, is a real pirate as well.
Are you not loved, no? Are you not wanted by your wives, and families, and countrymen? How else to explain your government's complete disinterest in your well-being? Hostages for medicines! These were my only terms. And yet, 6 days of pure fucking silence. So I must conclude that you men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char. By Christ! This is my predicament. Kill you, or to press you into my service. It's a decision I'll make hardly, but not with remorse. Ahoy, Edward.
What the hell are you doing, man? All of Charleston can see this mess.
It's the idea. Out of range, but well in sight.
So where's the medicine?
We sent a party ashore to partner with the governor. That were a week ago. No noise since.
I'll handle it. Give me a day.
And yeah. I mean, they are showing Blackbeard kind of going mad, and I guess it's not right to be like, yeah, he's going
There's
crazy.
movement up ahead. Is it soldiers?
I remember this
I am
mission.
in something of a hurry. I propose we follow, else they spring something we ain't ready for.
I think I remember this mission now.
What you thinking?
Blackbeard's been at this 8 days already. So it's a good bet someone out there has prepared the medicines, just in case.
Ah, but they're stalling. Thinking up ways to avoid paying it out.
Aye, so let's find where they've gathered and hope for the best. Hold down. Reef the mains. Use the mains.
Careful, Captain. We're drifting close to a watchtower.
And be very quiet.
Catch the wind.
There's another watchtower.
Come off the wind, someone.
Keep her at half sail, Captain. Speed will do us no favors here. Careful with the banks.
Comes the sail.
We cannot pass them undetected, Captain. And there is no other way.
There's always another way.
All stop!
Sorry, Adewale. I didn't mean to fucking... like there's 4 guys here, and I got sight of all of them. It's a horror, you know. And once it kind of wrapped up. Yeah, I just for fuck's sake.
You intruder! An intruder
God
over here.
damn it!
Get it!
Fucking Christ, man. I meant to move the camera and he jumped out of the fucking bush because I hit the wrong stick. So there's 4 guys. I don't know. Why do I not see this one over here? Yes, I remember this mission well.
I see them over there. Let us hope the river remains this wide.
Let us hope, Padawala. I agree, whichever crewman just said that. Aveline would have just run right through all this shit.
If we run aground here, we may never get out. Be sure they don't spy us trailing them. Steady as she goes, Captain.
Well, fuck, dude. I don't know how to get through this.
They're getting away, Captain.
Then I'll have to go on without her. I'll be back with the medicines.
Aye, sir.
You skin of crocodiles, you sleep darts on crocodiles.
Surely he's made some pact with hell. Only be thankful his ship remains anchored and hasn't torn apart into the art of Charlestown. Bloody pirates. Someone else will do that. They'll be hunted down eventually. Every last one of them.
bath. Me old mucker. Warm tonight, isn't it? We'll talk about our weather another time, mate. Bit of a hurry.
I don't even fucking know if this is the right way. For fuck's sake. I don't even know where I'm going.
Almost there.
Good. Captain Wyatt is not a patient man.
I want to talk to you.
I thought we'd never make it. I apologize. There was an accident. Private Simon! This crocodile.
I don't care about your accidents. What's the word from the harbor, soldier? Speak.
No change, sir. They're holding fast, but are yet to kill or maim any of the captives, near as we can tell. Perhaps it's time to...
To surrender? I've been entrusted with the affairs of the town, and I do not intend to bow to the demands of a pirate, no matter how fierce his reputation.
Yes, sir.
As long as the supply key is with me, no man shall touch that medicine. May plague and calamity strike them all.
Bloody idiot.
What?
Pirates! The ship's here! Pirates! Fall back to the mansion!
Time to fix it. Look.
Okay. Well, this is just turned into a free run exercise, I guess. I mean, what if I shoot him?
Oh God! Oh God, save me! And flay all you devils! Ah!
Blackbeard made you as good an offer as ever a man got from any pirate. You might curse his methods, but medicine was all he wanted. And now he'll get it. You should have bartered, mate.
Am I gonna have to fight my way through now? I mean, I basically woke up the entire... Okay, good. I guess
He
not.
has returned, Captain!
What's the take? 2 crates. And the means for mixing additional doses.
That's right thinking. Precious little of that these days. You hear that, Mr. Rags? My young friend returns with offerings and so saves your scrawny neck. Will you not thank him?
You should quit these waters, Thatch. The governor, he's bound to muster more soldiers.
You go on ahead. I got some business in the north.
You're done, aren't you? Giving up on us. On Nassau.
Look, lad. I'm late into my 4th decade on this earth. And if I don't find some means to make the 5th quiet and cozy voyage, I'd rather sink to the devil's doorstep than call myself captain another year. We'll meet again, lad.
No.
In this world.
The next.
Or the one below.
Oh. That's it. Bye-bye, Blackbeard. I believe he is killed. I don't think he actually sinks. I believe he's actually killed. IRL.
Do you have a minute? I'm on my way upstairs. IDJ wanted to talk with us about putting together a trailer using some of the footage you've been recording this past month. Take your time. I'll meet you by the elevator.
Oh, this is
Over here.
Oh,
Are you
hi.
ready? He's waiting for us.
Yes, Melanie, I'm fucking ready.
I just watched some of your footage from this week. It's amazing. Blackbeard was mental. And we all got so excited that we started talking about this idea for a trailer about him. Maybe start with him drinking, talking to some pirates, telling a story. Then, we cut to him leaping across the deck of his boat and... Sorry, his ship, not boat. But jumping around the deck of his ship, swinging from ropes, and fighting like a devil. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to manipulate some of the existing footage to get it looking good, but it could be great. I'm getting a shiver in my timbers just thinking about it. Sorry.
Melanie dresses very smart. She's got a very smart outfit on there.
Bonjour, ça va? I hope we're not late.
No, you can go right...
Hi, Melanie. I saw you just walked in. I need a few minutes with you alone. Laetitia is on the phone and we're discussing the Kenway project.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about this. I'll call you when we're ready.
Shouldn't be long.
Hello? Hello? Do you have a second?
Yep.
Of course you do. Head to the waypoint on your map. I have another job for you. I'd like to link all the cameras in the building to a central monitoring system, but most aren't calibrated correctly.
Oh, I'm about to get my level 2 clearance.
Another locked door. Not a problem. Voila. You now have level 2 security clearance. Not bad for your first few weeks. Find the camera control station first.
Oh, this is where we get outside. We'll do that. We'll do that in a minute. Oh, sticky note. Oh my god, I almost didn't get it. Is this sticky note number 1? Fuck.
I'll update your communicator. Ah, this is an interesting security measure. It looks like you need to find the right combination of numbers to adjust the wave. Easy enough, right? Pick a number selector, then change its value. Once you find the right combination of numbers, you should get access.
I'm pushing buttons to get an input and also wait, navigate using left and right on left stick and change the values using okay. Well, it could be this. Oh. 35 times 2? I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Whatever.
It works.
And if we want information on assassins or Templars or the observatory or whatever the fuck else interests us, Olivier, you will deliver
Leticia, I'm sorry if that came out wrong. We are not trying to be a bottleneck here, but we just don't have the resources right now to do 2 times the research.
Finding that balance is your priority. Your entertainment products are simply a means to pay the bills for larger and more important work. That's the way the world works. Dirty money buys clean hospitals. You get it?
Oh.
We're on board, Letitia, rest assured. We have our best employee working on this, but it will take time.
That means you.
Good. And thank you. The both of you. I look forward to seeing what you deliver.
Wow,
Until
Karen.
then, I'll see you at the shareholders meeting, Olivier.
Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
Tabernacle. Yes! Yes!
It's a little too early.
How did I
for
predict
kind
that
of
fucking
abuse,
word? It's a beautiful fucking French-Canadian word right there.
So,
Tabernacle.
what's next?
We do as the lady says. Focus on the observatory.
Assassins, Templars, crazy talk. I'm curious about this shareholders meeting, though. How about you break into Olivier's office and see if you can find his schedule? Oh, what? You don't like that idea? Well, how about I blow the fucking whistle on you, hacker? I own you. What I mean is, I don't want to ruin your life, so do it right now. Step over to the window.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Never mind. I was gonna do this first, but you know, it's part of the mission that we're on, I guess. Oh boy.
You can't waltz into Olivier's office through the front door, so I've opened another route. Up we go. Did you know that Abstergo was run by Templars? Oh, yes. Sounds like crackpot stuff, I know. But then again, the moon landing was fake, right? So, anything's possible.
Sticky note? No.
Either you walk through that door, or throw yourself off the terrace. Those are your options. Oh, well done, kiddo. Find his computer. Make it snappy. We're looking for the shareholders meeting schedule. Be careful now. As the data moves, there are security programs constantly monitoring the data flow. You need to sneak past them, or they will destroy your data and send it back home.
It's like Frogger. It's like Frogger, chat. Oh boy. Yay! I'm good at Frogger. Bypassing standard security protocols. Connection successful. To Melanie LeMay, Neron, Chloe Lesney, Christopher Darby, Evan Dean, from Olivier Garneau. Date, 6 November 2013, 0946. Salute. As most of you know, I'll be attending the Chicago Shares Holding meeting from the 15th to the 17th. And I want to see our progress with the Kenway line. The small amount of data we have already gathered is incredible, and we anticipate even more amazing finds in the near future. The events and people we have seen so far make us confident that the complete experience will be one of the most eye-opening explorations of piracy ever seen. It will take quite a bit of work to scrub the data of objectionable and classified material, but we already have some incredibly promising footage. At the same time, Abstergo Entertainment will soon be announcing a closed beta for our new consumer cloud interface app, sexy name forthcoming. Edward Kenway's virtual private experience will be the first complete product on offer, and the first of its kind anywhere, an immersive, interactive pirate experience drawn from actual historical data. Internal tests of our consumer cloud app have been encouraging, and we anticipate it will be ready in time for the next holiday season if everything goes according to plan. So this leads us to a broader question. What other experiences would we like to offer? What other historical periods and locations can we explore? Judging by our current rate of data retrieval, our capacity to produce, and our understanding of consumption trends, executives at Abstergo Industries have given me the goal of producing one complete virtual experience per annum, in addition to smaller offerings as our research allows. This includes books, recordings, films, and any other transmedia offerings. Just real quick, like, that's where they're going now, right? That's where they're going now. And I think that Assassin's Creed Infinity is actually going to tie into this their transmedia stuff with books and film, and I think they're doing like a web cartoon or a web comic. I think they're doing. So there's a couple of things. I think they're all going to relate and tie in. A second related question is this. Does Sample 17 let's try this again. A second related question is this. Does Sample 17 contain enough compelling data to sustain our current commitment to it? Or should we make a request to Abstergo Industries for additional archive data? Remember that our data from Sample 1 proved fruitful enough to create our Liberation product. It is very likely that research into Samples 2 through 16 would bear surprising fruits as well. Thoughts? Olivier. 2. This is from Melanie. So this is to everybody. This is a reply. Hello all. Thanks for opening the discussion, Olivier. Just a brief heads up with where we stand now. I've been the Sample 17 project director for just over a year now, and my team and I have been able to cobble together a rough list of the most interesting time periods available to us through this single genetic sample. Remember, this is data that has already been fully or partially sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I'll try to be brief. Patrilineal line, 15th century Italian Renaissance, 16th century Ottoman Empire, 18th century American colonies, war for independence, 19th century New England and American Midwest. Matrilineal line, 12th century Holy Land Crusades, 13th century Egypt and Northern Africa, 14th century Ashikaga Shogunate in Japan, 18th century French Revolution, 19th century Napoleonic Wars, Taiwan, 20th century Summer of Love, American Pacific Coast. Obviously, this is just a small sample of the potential options. The number of ancestors any one person has is well above 30,000 after just 15 generations, so there could be many more surprises waiting for us within Sample 17. However, despite Sample 17's rich heritage, we should not limit ourselves to this alone if we have concrete leads elsewhere. For instance, quite a few men from all sides of my family fought in both world wars, and I have a great-great-grandfather who fought in the American Civil War. Managed to meet President Lincoln a few times too. Going this route is a little more costly and time-consuming since the data has not already been sequenced, but it could be rewarding in the long run. In short, if anyone has any confirmed connections to interesting historical events, periods, or cities, or knows of people who do, please share. I will also be reviewing the past 3 decades of samples collected and sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I recently learned that one of their samples, number 2, I believe, participated in the trial of Joan of Arc. So there's a nice lead right there. Mel. Oh, we got some pictures. World War II and the Renaissance. And man, does that look like early concept art for Assassin's Creed Origins or what? This is from Olivier. All good points, Mel. A word of caution, though. Sample 2 comes from the late Dr. Warren Vidic himself, collected at some point in the early 80s when he was a young engineer working at Abstergo Industries. So, as tempting as a Joan of Arc experience sounds, I'm not so sure Abstergo Industries would be too keen on letting us rummage around in Dr. Vidic's DNA. It's just a sensitive topic. For my own part, I'm related to Francois Xavier Garneau, noted Quebecois historian and poet. Exciting, right? A possible lead? Winky face. One additional caveat, let's avoid digging into any modern periods, i.e. 20th century, unless we find something incredibly compelling, because as fun as a World War II setting might sound, we'd do well to avoid any settings with vehicles, cars, motorcycles, helicopters, tanks, etc. Why, you may ask? Because our research has shown that memory imprinting in individuals is actually hampered by the semi-catatonic state most people enter when driving for medium and long periods of time, and this makes data retrieval somewhat more difficult. In short, we don't want to go through the effort of coding extra animus features just for the sake of digging up memories of people driving around in cars. There are other and more efficient ways to experience that. OG. So that it kind of goes into like why they never went into any like modern stuff, you know. Basically, they just don't want to they just don't want to do it. This is from Chloe. Olivier, haha, Quebec City is beautiful, but without pirates, ninjas, or zombies, I'm not sure how well a story about a historian would sell. Smiley face. Also keep in mind, samples 4 and 16 might be off limits too. While doing my own research last month, I caught wind of some exciting characters buried in these gene samples. But as soon as I started digging, I was told by people far, far above me to stop. Very odd, but not surprising, I suppose. AE, I would imagine that is Abstergo Industries, has a lot of active military contracts, and I assumed these had something to do with that. I didn't push back. As far as my own, if anyone is interested, my great-grandfather was friends with Hemingway and Stein and Satie and Picasso when he lived in Paris in the 1920s. No action-packed adventures there, but historically interesting. Just throwing it out there. P.S. Chris, is our lunch meeting on site or off? From Olivier. Yes, as much as I love the Lost Generation, I think our first few virtual experiences will need to be a little more action-oriented. So wars or major combat operations are always a good starting point, or any periods of intense conflict really. As for pirate ninjas and zombies, we could easily accommodate the first two, but zombies are a bit, how do you say, ahistorical? Too bad, really. Christopher. My great-grandmother, for instance, worked alongside Eamon de Valera and Michael Collins for many years during the Irish War for Independence, so it wouldn't be too difficult to sequence that small segment of my own genetic memories for our purposes. Olivier, actually, there is a factual basis for zombies, or zombification anyway. Read Hurston's book on Haiti and the strange voodoo practiced there. It might not be Hollywood-style zombie magic, but it's creepy nonetheless. In Liberation, Aveline came in contact with voodoo Hoongans. If we dig further into that, I wonder what we could find. Her mentor, Agate, was into some weird stuff. KL. Off-site. There's a new vegetarian place I want to try. I'll bring the spec sheets. They're already printed. From Kama Niron. Sorry to be a dissenter, but couldn't we be using this technology to educate, not placate? I mean, theoretically, we have all of human history to explore, all of our achievements and brightest moments, so it's a little disheartening to hear we need to focus on wars and conflicts and violence. It's not that I am against violence per se, it's just that violence isn't terribly interesting in bulk, that's all. There's so much more nuance to life, and I think we could explore that. So what if we found the memories of someone who worked with Albert Einstein in his patent office, or Charles Darwin on the Beagle, or Marie Curie in France, moments where humans showed their very best potential? From Evan Dean. Okay, come on. Until oily, humorless university professors start paying us 8-figure fees to research the reification of normative gender signifiers in pre-colonial India, why don't we stick to shit that sells? I'm talking Jack the Ripper in Victorian London. I'm talking about guillotines, Robespierre, Napoleon Bonaparte, and the French Revolution. I'm talking about Billy the Kid and Wyatt Earp in the wild American West. I'm talking about Genghis Khan and the Mongols killing a city of millions in the span of a long summer weekend. Action, blood, adventure, conflict. Because we're not going to earn back 1/10 of the money we have poured into this, reliving the memories of a guy who sat next to Einstein as he bit his nails while working out the finer details of general relativity in his head. For fuck's sake, man. This is a business, not a group therapy session. Evan, let's take this offline. I mean, it's true. It's true. In that email chain, there's always that one person. There's always that one person.
You sneaky bastard. A pirate through and through, ain't you? Now, get down to the lobby. There's a courier waiting. Yeah, that's right. I've been planning this for a few hours. Now, wait. The receptionist. Hold on. I'll try something. As gullible as ever. Now,
see if we
hurry
can
down to
hack
the
her
lobby
computer.
before I remotely detonate your earpiece.
Let's try to hack her computer and see if she's got anything. She's a receptionist. Receptionists always got some good fucking dirt. Easy as pie right there. Pie's pretty easy, by the way. I don't fucking know. So, making a pie? Easy as making a pie? Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Edward Bowden. Chapter 3. Oh my good fucking lord. Oh. Alright, chat. We are going to fucking be reading for a while here, if you're ready. Okay. Story time with Dez. I think this is an excerpt of the actual book that was written. Because they did do a book, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the actual book. Let's go. How about we read these two? And then, all right. She was in the Auld Shillelagh, a tavern halfway between Hatherton and Bristol, a regular haunt of mine, and sometimes in the summer when mother and father toiled over the shearing at home, when I'd have to make more regular trips into town, then several times a day. I admit I hadn't taken much notice of her at first, which is unusual for me because I like to pride myself on knowing the exact location of any pretty woman where nearabouts, and besides, the Shillelagh wasn't exactly the sort of place you'd expect to find a pretty woman. A woman, yes, a certain type of woman, but this girl I could see wasn't like that. She was young, about my age, and she wore a white linen coif and a smock. Looked to me like a domestic. But what made me aware of her wasn't her clothes, it was the loudness of her voice, which was quite in contrast to the way she looked. She was sitting there with three men, all of them older than her, who I recognized at once. Tom Cobley, his brother Seth, and Julian somebody, whose surname escaped me, but who worked with them. Three men with whom I had traded words, if not blows, before. The kind who looked down their noses at me because they thought I looked down my nose at them, who liked me no more than I liked them, which was not a lot. They were sat forward on their stools, watching this young girl with leering, wolfish eyes that betrayed a darker purpose, even though they were all smiles, banging on the table, encouraging her as she drank dry a flagon of ale. No, she did not look like one of the women who usually who usually frequented the tavern, but it seems that she was determined to act like one of them. The flagon was about as big as she was, and as she wiped her hand across her mouth and banged it to the table, the men responded with cheers, shouting for another one and no doubt pleased to see her wobble slightly on her stool. Probably couldn't believe their luck, pretty little thing like that. I watched as they let the girl drink yet more ale with the same tumult accompanying her success, and then as she did the same as before and wiped her hand across her mouth, but with an even more pronounced wobble this time, a look passed between them, a look that seemed to say, "The job is done." Tom and Julian stood, and they began, in their words, to escort her to the door because, "You had too much to drink, my lovely. Let's get you home, shall we?" "To bed," smirked Seth, thinking he was saying it under his breath, even though the whole tavern heard him. "Let's be getting you to bed." I passed a look to the barman, who dropped his eyes and used his apron to blow his nose. A customer sat down the bar from me, turned away, as I appealed to him with my eyes. Bastards! Might as well have looked to the cat for help. I thought then, with a sigh, I banged down my tankard, stepped off my stool, and followed the cobblers into the road outside. I blinked as I stepped from the darkness of the tavern into the sunlight. My cart was there, roasting in the sun. Beside it, another one that I took to belong to the cobblers. On the other side of the road was a yard with a house set far back, but no sign of a farmer. We were alone on the highway, just me, the two Cobley brothers, Julian, and the girl, of course. "Well, Tom Cobley," I said, "the things you see on a fine afternoon, why, just you and your cronies are getting drunk and getting a poor defenseless young woman even drunker." The girl sagged as Tom Cobley let go her arm and turned to address me, his finger already raised. "Now you just stay out of this, Edward Kenway, you young good-for-nothing. You're as drunk as I am, and your morals just as loose. I don't need to be given a talking to by the likes of you." Seth and Julian had turned as well. The girl was glazed over, like her mind had turned in for the night, even if her body was still awake. "Well," I smiled, "loose morals I might have, Tom Cobley. But I don't need to pour ale down a girl's throat before taking her to bed, and I certainly don't need two friends to help me at the task." Tom Cobley reddened. "Why, you cheeky little bastard, you. I'm going to put her on my cart is what I'm going to do, and take her home." "I have no doubt that you intend to put her on your cart and take her home. It's what you plan to do between putting her on the cart and reaching home that concerns me." "That concerns you, does it? A broken nose and a couple of broken ribs will be concerning you unless you mind your own bloody business." Squinting, I glanced at the highway, where trees bordered the dirt track shone gold and green in the sun, and in the distance was a lone figure on a horse, shimmering and indistinct. I took a step forward, and if there had been any warmth or humor in my manner, then it disappeared now, almost of its own accord. There was a steeliness in my voice when I next spoke. "Now you just leave that girl alone, Tom Cobley, or I won't be responsible for my actions." The three men looked at one another, and away they'd done as I had asked. They let go of the girl, and she seemed almost relieved to slide to her haunches, placing one hand on the ground and looking at us with bleary eyes, evidently oblivious to all that was being discussed on her behalf. Meanwhile, I looked at the Cobleys and weighed up the odds. Had I ever fought three at once? Well, no, because if you were fighting three at once, then you weren't so much fighting, you were getting beaten up. But come on, Edward Kenway, I told myself. Yes, on the other hand, it was three men, but one of them was Tom Cobley, who was no spring chicken, about my father's age. Another one was Seth Cobley, who was Tom Cobley's son, and if you could imagine the kind of person who would help his father get a young girl drunk, well, then you can imagine that sort of person. Sort of person Seth Cobley was, which was to say, a maggoty, underhand type, more likely to run away from a fight with wet breeches than stand his ground. And what's more, they were drunk. On the other hand, I was drunk too, plus they had Julian, who, going on looks alone, which is all I had, could handle himself. But I had another idea. That lone rider could see in the distance. I could see in the distance. If I could just hold off the Cobbles until he arrived, the odds were likely to shift back in my favor. After all, if he was of good character, the lone rider was bound to stop and help me out. Well, Tom Cobble, I said, you got the advantage over me. That's obvious for anyone to see. But, you know, I just wouldn't be able to look my mother in the eye knowing I'd let you and your cronies abduct this pretty young thing. I glanced up the road to where that lone rider was getting closer. Come on then, I thought. Don't hang about. So, I continued, even if you end up leaving me in a bloody heap by the side of this here road and carry that young lassie off anyway, I'm going to have to do all that I can to make it as difficult for you as possible. And perhaps see to it that you go on your way with a black eye and maybe a pair of throbbing bullocks for your trouble. Tom Cobble spat, then gazed at me through wizened, slitty eyes. Well, are you just going to stand there talking about it all day, Edward Kenway, or are you going to attend to your task? Because time waits for no man. He grinned an evil grin. I've got people to see, things to do. Aye, that's right. And the longer you leave it, the more chance that poor lassie has of sobering up, eh? I don't mind telling you I'm getting tired of all this talk, Kenway. He turned to Julian. How about we teach this little bastard a lesson? Oh, and one more thing before we start, Master Kenway. You ain't fit to shine your mother's shoes, you understand? That hit me hard. I don't mind admitting. Having someone like Tom Cobble, who had all the morals of a frothing dog and about half the intelligence, able to reach into my soul and, if my guilt was an open wound, then stick his thumb in that open wound and cause me even more pain, well, it certainly firmed up my resolve, if nothing else. Julian pushed his chest forward and with a snarl advanced. 2 steps away from me, he raised his fist, dipped his right shoulder and swung. And I don't know who Julian was used to fighting outside of taverns, but somebody with less experience than me, that's for sure, because I'd already taken note of the fact that he was right-handed, and he couldn't have made his intentions more obvious if he tried. The dirt rose in clouds around my feet as I dodged easily and brought up my own right up sharply. He shouted in pain as I caught him under the jaw, and if it had been just him, the battle would have been won. But Tom Cobble was already upon me. I just saw him out of the corner of my eye and was too late to react, and I was dazed by a fist that slammed into my temple. I staggered slightly as I turned to meet the attack, and my fists were swinging much more wildly than I have liked. I was hoping to land a lucky blow, needing to put at least one of the men down to even up the numbers, but none of my punches made contact as Tom Cobble retreated. Plus, Julian had recovered from my first punch, with alarming speed, and now came at me again. He swung, and his right hand connected with my chin, spinning me about so that I almost lost my balance. My hat fell off, my hair was into my eyes, and I was in disarray. And guess who came in with his boots kicking? That worm, Seth Cobble, shouting encouragement to his father and Julian at the same time, and the little bastard was lucky. His boot caught me in the midriff, and, already off balance, I lost my footing and fell. The worst thing you can do in a fight against 3 men is fall. Once you fall, it's over. Through their legs, I saw the lone rider up the highway. Now my only chance at salvation, possibly my only hope of getting out of this alive. But what I saw made my heart sink. Not a man on a horse, a tradesman who would dismount and come rushing to my aid. No, the lone rider was a woman. She was riding astride the horse, not side saddle, but even though was lady. She wore a bonnet and a light-colored summery dress, and the last thing I thought before the Cobble boots obscured my view and the kicks came raining in was that she was beautiful. But beauty wasn't going to save me now. "Hey," I heard, "you 3 men, stop what you're doing right now." Then I turned to look up at her and removed their hats. They turned to look up at her and remove their hats, shuffling in line to hide the sight of me, who lay coughing on the ground. What's going on here? She demanded to know. From the sound of her voice, I could tell she was young, and while not highly born, definitely well-bred, too well-bred, surely, to be riding unaccompanied. We were just teaching this young man here some manners, rasped Tom Cobley, out of breath. Exhausting business it was, kicking me half to death. Well, it doesn't take 3 of you to do that, does it? She replied. I could see her now, twice as beautiful as I first thought, as she glowered at the Cobleys, who for their part looked thoroughly mollified. She dismounted. More to the point, what you doing with this young lady here? Pointing at the girl, who still sat dazed and drunk on the ground. Oh, ma'am, this is a young friend of ours who has had too much to drink. The lady darkened. She is most certainly not your young friend. She is a maidservant, and if I don't get her back home before my mother discovers that she's absconded, then she will be an unemployed maidservant. She looked pointedly from one man to the next. I know you men, and I think I know exactly what has been going on here. Now, you will leave this young man alone, and you will be on your way before I am of a mind to take this further. After much bowing and scraping, the Cobleys clambered aboard their cart and were soon gone. Meanwhile, the woman dismounted and knelt down to speak to me. My name is Carolyn Scott. My family lives on Hawks Lane in Bristol. Let me take you back there and tend to your wounds. I cannot, my lady, I said, sitting up and trying to manage a grin. I have work to do. She stood. I see. And did I assess the situation correctly? I picked up my hat and began to brush the dirt from it. It was even more battered now. You did, my lady. Then I owe you my thanks, and so will Rose when she sobers up. She's a willful girl, not always the easiest of staff, but nevertheless, I don't want to see her suffer from her impetuousness. She was an angel, I decided then, and as I helped them mount the horse, Caroline holding on to Rose, who lolled drunkenly over the neck of the horse, I had a sudden thought. Can I see you again, my lady? To thank you properly when I look a little more presentable, perhaps. She gave me a regretful look. I fear my father would not approve, she said, and with that shook the reins and left. That night I sat beneath the thatch of our cottage, staring out over the pastures as the sun went down. Usually my thoughts would concern either the possibility of escape or wrestling with the inevitability of my future. That night, I thought of Caroline Scott of Hawkins Lane.
Don't even think about ratting me out. My tracks are covered. Yours ain't.
Here we go. Story read by Dez. Poorly story read by Dez. Going to the lobby, we're going to meet Rebecca, I think. She's been playing the courier. She's going to be talking to the coffee shop Sean.
I think you pulled it a little too long.
Oh, come on. It's not encrypted code, for God's sakes. It's just a bloody coffee. Oh, hooray! It's our old friend.
Hey there, I just got a call about picking up another transfer.
Oh? You said you were here to see me.
Yes, that is one of the perks. Let's see it. A conference in Chicago. Very nice. Thanks for this. We'll be in touch.
Ciao, Rebecca. Text me.
Stuff it, Hastings.
Oh, they actually say their names.
Unsettling to think we're not even safe where we work.
Well done, friend. Very well done. Apologies for my temper tantrum there. You are with the good guys, I promise. We'll keep you safe. Trust me. Go on back to work. We'll be in touch.
So just in case you couldn't put it together, they use their names there. That way, you know, they're trying to throw you a bone, I guess. Are there any level 2 doors here that we can... If we're out of the Animus, we might as well just... Oh. Level 2 doors. Level 2 doors. for sticky note number 1 and coffee. Sticky note number 1. Oh, there's a sticky note. Sticky note number 1. Fuck. Great Minds in History, Commission number 3. One of history's most overlooked leaders, Madeleine de... yeah. Oh, this is Templar. This is Liberation, stepmom. Hundreds of slaves have brought them to sanctuary in a tropical haven whose construction she oversaw personally. Brutally cut down at the peak of her career by Aveline, the orphan she rescued from a broken home. Madeleine served as Master Templar in the southern colonies from 1764 to 1777. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Wasn't that a quinky dink? Brutally cut down. They said it. Brutally cut down. Sticky note. Sticky note. Number. Skateboard. Why are we doing this? Honestly. That would have been too easy on the chat. Core access granted. Core breach. Accessing information. Subject 17, Phase 1 report. This surveillance video, possibly captured by Erudito or another group, is labeled New York, USA, 2012-09-01-0402. The accompanying chat transcript was labeled Kidnapped. Data transcript level 3. Can someone ask Chase to make sure his men use more professional language going forward? Some stuff. Yeah, calling ID, private interference. Yes, sir. Pause. We have him. Reply scrambled. Yes, shoving him in a van as we speak. Target will be delivered on schedule. Transmission ends. Surveillance video, Brooklyn, USA. The poster claimed Abstergo agents have captured an unknown Caucasian male. Victim is in his mid-20s, approximately 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. Destination unknown. So this is when they captured Desmond. This one is labeled Ciampino, Italy. The poster identified as only as unmarked hangar, but then went on to say Abstergo agents arriving at destination. Company-owned jet brought to hangar after landing. Victim identified as Desmond Miles. I don't think this has spread too far yet. Location has already been scrubbed, so I think we can dismiss this as the ravings of a fanatic. Preliminary analysis. Leaked medical file. We're looking into it. No menstrual disorders for subject 17, though. That must have been a relief for the public to read. The patient has no active complaints, no acute distress, no prior cardiac history, blood pressure normal, 112/78. Primary blood analysis, no significant traces of chemicals that would lead to neurological disorder, no indication that patient would be prone to neurolysis. Unlike a previous subjects, patient is psychologically stable. You are clear to proceed. Oh, this must be the this was the missing person poster. Friends of Subject 17 distributed these all over New York. Have you seen this man? Desmond Miles, 25, height 6 feet, weight 195, brown hair, brown eyes. If you have any information. There you go. Poor Desmond. Poor Desmond. Wait, is this Animus? It is. They'll tell me what to do. Core breached. Hidden secrets ad concept. How many ancestors do you have? How many of their secrets are locked away in your genes? And how many of their stories are you willing to share with the rest of us? Welcome to the fascinating world of genetic memory retrieval. Dun, dun, dun. We here at Abstergo Entertainment are now poised at the precipice of this exciting new frontier, technology, and science that will change the way we view the past. Valkyrie. I know Thor has taken your spot. I know, I get it. That will change the way we view the past and live in the future. In the coming year, we'll be opening studios all across the world dedicated to a single purpose: collecting and archiving the stories locked away in human DNA. And we need your help. We're looking for courageous men and women to donate their genetic materials to our historical research teams to help us remake history. Or you could just, I don't know, say, hey, do you want to find out, what people you're related to from the past? Here, just go ahead and give us your DNA. Pay us to give you your DNA. Like, not only do we have something like this today, right now, but you actually pay for your own DNA to get submitted to a fucking company. And if you think for 1 second that fucking DNA will be hidden from all entities that want it, you are a fucking fool. There's zero chance I would ever like 23andMe or any of that shit. Zero chance. Call me fucking crazy.
Our researchers looked into the life of Altair Ibn Lahad, hoping to find a biography that might serve as a positive role model for Abstergo's global outreach programs. Unfortunately, this renegade assassin proved to be no such thing. In much of his footage, we see a man gleefully flouting some of his culture's most entrenched taboos, with an arrogance that borders on messianic.
Altair, no! This is not our way! To burn a man's body is forbidden!
Many of our researchers felt that the arguments articulated by Altair's rival, a man known as Abbas, were clearer and more cogent than any we heard from Altair. I recently put in a request that more effort be dedicated to locating one of Abbas's descendants, if any exist. It's clear to us that Altair's transgressions were the primary motivation behind the ultimate dissolution of his despicable order by the middle of the 13th century. We therefore strongly recommend a pass on this property, in favor of a more agreeable and inspiring figure from this era.
Oh. Wow. We're a big fan of Altair. Didn't even fucking pronounce his name right. I think we got all of the, did we get all of them? We got that one. Did we get this one? This one seems weird. Yep, we got this one. Yeah, I think we got them all. Ruh-roh Reggie. We get to play more sine waves. Oh, I do. Try this one and see if we can dial it in here, maybe. Seven. I'd like if I knew. Three times 5. That's 15. Times 2 is 30. Times 7 is. Okay, yeah. So that's it. You're multiplying everything. So at least we figured out the numbers. Times 2. Go. We figured it out. You just multiply across the bottom.
Countries, Abstergo actually has a legal right to arrest and detain people too. It's crazy.
Oh. Oh, there's a note behind Melanie's desk. I wonder if we could get it. We can't get into Melanie's. Melanie's at her desk, but we can't get to Melanie's office. I don't think, not yet, anyway. She's probably got sticky note number 1 behind her. See it? That's probably sticky note number 1 right there. Damn you, Melanie.
I've an awful feeling about this. You'll be hurt out there. I couldn't handle that.
I'll be careful, I promise. And when I'm flush with coin and set up, I'll send for you. I will.
Caroline, come away! Don't exert yourself! I can't promise I'll come, Edward. If you leave on this fool's errand, I cannot promise anything.
Don't give up on me, Caroline. Not when I need your faith the most.
The air might get in under their door.
giving some shape to your sentiments?
Just a short letter home. I reckon she's past caring anyway.
Oh, you're a hard heart that should be softer.
Or soft in parts that should be hard.
And how is it you're so keen for his hard parts, Mr. Rackham?
You'd like to know my secrets, would you?
Oh, aye. Give me a small hint, like. Or a large one if you're an upright gentleman.
Open your hand.
Oh.
Who's shooting?
Might be them ships sliding into port.
Jesus.
All right. I think I can make. It said pistol holster number 4, right? I don't even know what this. Oh. I need great white shark bones. Ah, now I got 3 pistols. Fuck yeah, man. Alright, chat. I think what's gonna happen here is we're just gonna call this. I think we're just gonna say goodnight here. So let's hit this button. I appreciate yeah, tonight just a little shorter of a stream. That's fine. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue the playthrough. You know, I don't really have much to say. We'll continue the playthrough tomorrow. We'll have a good time. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, and yeah. So everybody have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. And Assassin's Crack Black Flag will resume tomorrow. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you then.